Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. If you like our summaries, remember to subscribe and activate the notification bell. Today, let's dive into the moving story of a child rescued from a crash in the middle of the ocean. Taken in by Snowball, a young dolphin, and his mother, this little boy grows up in the depth of the sea as one of their own. But when an evil octopus threatens their world, our hero must leave his aquatic refuge and embark on an adventure that will lead him to discover his true origins. Are you ready to immerse yourself in this touching story? A terrible plane crash occurs above the ocean, taking the lives of many people, and only one little boy remains alive. He falls powerless and is found by Snowball, the dolphin, and his mother. As the marine mammals also breathe air, they teach the baby to live like the other dolphins and accept it in their family. I was just kidding, and you fell for it. But over the years, the child begins to wonder where he comes from. After all, he is not like the other creatures of the depths. Once he swims in the dark waters of the Forbidden Valley, he discovers a truth that will be very difficult to accept for him. The little dolphin, Snowball, is having fun in the ocean. He swims in the dark waters where he sees a strange blue glow. It turns out that it is the tentacles of an octopus that immediately grabs the dolphin. "Guys, did you hear that?" He said. "He wants to play. We do love to play. Such sweet little cheeks." Snowball has to go back to the surface to breathe, but the octopus holds him tightly. The baby dolphin calls his mother Nana, and the octopus gets scared and hides among the ruins. But he doesn't want to let the dolphin go, so he drops big pipes on them, which were suspended by a crane. Nana manages to dodge most of the pipes that fall, but the last one forces him to plunge inside. Snowball goes through, but his mother gets trapped while the pipe sinks to the bottom. Snowball catches air bubbles that his mother gives him and rushes up, but the evil rain stops him again. Suddenly, a large object falls just above them, which gives Snowball time to escape. Later, Nana manages to break the pipe and free herself. She calls her son, and he swims to her with a creature in his fins, which he asks to keep. It turns out to be a human baby, which Nana urgently brings back to the surface so that he can breathe. Soon, other underwater creatures begin to wonder where Snowball found his new friend. When he tells them that he found it in the Black Valley, everyone is afraid. Because it is strictly forbidden to swim there, the fish are afraid when they hear about the octopus. Snowball brings his friend to police on the surface to get some fresh air, and soon the turtle, who serves as a guide, joins the meeting. Nana shows him the boy, and the guide concludes that he is not dangerous, saying that Nana will have to take care of him. She is confused at first, but then she inflates a large air bubble so that the boy can sleep safely inside. Snowball asks him to teach his new little brother everything he needs to know to live in the ocean. They do a lot of stupid things together. Nana is always there to protect the children from the dangers of the great seabed. Over the years, Snowball and the Dolphin Boys are getting closer and closer, and Nana is proud when she sees her children. But the boy is starting to wonder why he is so different from his family. "But I don't have a tail either." "That's because you're not a dolphin." "I knew it." Snowball quickly realizes that he has said too much, and he tries to prove to his brother that he is a dolphin after all. After that, he only tells him that they found the boy inside a giant shell that fell from the sky, knowing very well that he should not disobey their mother. They still go together to explore the site of the plane crash in a forbidden area. The boy opens a hatch and gets on the sinking plane. The octopus inside immediately sees the opportunity to leave. The brothers notice the reddish plankton, which turns out to be quite tasty. As they are about to leave, the boy notices a medallion with the portrait of a woman on it, and decides to take it with him. Then he and the dolphin jostle and jump out of the water, right in front of a bearded fisherman, who notices the strange couple. Later, the friends discuss the forbidden area, and Nana, who came home early, hears them. She moans at the brothers for their disobedience. But the boy, who always thought he was just a sick dolphin without a tail or fins, wants to go back there to find his real parents. "If you really were my mother, why would you lie to me all this time?" The discouraged boy moves away to swim, and Snowball and Nana follow him. This time, there are spicy plants on the side of the plane wreck, but the boy does not let himself be intimidated. Nana introduces herself, volunteering to go to the plane in their place. Snowball shows him a medallion with the portrait of the woman, and the boy apologizes for being angry. But as soon as Nana moves away to swim, the plants on point begin to grow quickly, threatening to block the exit of the Black Valley. Nana is caught by a monster with giant tentacles, and she finds herself trapped inside the plane. She shouts to the children to get away by swimming, but the boy remains and desperately tries to open a hatch to save his mother. But while he's doing it, he doesn't have enough air and he faints. Nana asks Snowball to save his brother, and the dolphin climbs to the surface at full speed, passing through the clamped points. They manage to get out, and then he asks for the help of the fish and the turtle. Everyone insists that the children be punished for breaking the maritime law again, but the old turtle orders them to hurry and save Nana. They're stopped by an octopus swimming behind the reef. Snowball attacks him, but the huge monster throws him easily against the rocks. He grew a lot while he was trapped in the plane. When the plane fell from the sky, the octopus found itself trapped underneath. For several years, he had to feed only on plankton, which made him much stronger. He sprays his ink everywhere, which poisons the water and submits all the fish to him. He's the one who trapped Nana in the plane. And now he keeps the turtle in his tentacles because he thinks there's no place underwater for those who need air. Snowball attacks again, demanding to let go of the old man, but he too is caught by the tentacles. While the octopus thanks the dolphin for his accidental rescue, the boy sneaks behind him for a surprise attack. But the little stick in his hands doesn't help him defeat the monster, and he is also captured. The friends still try to free themselves to save their mother, but the octopus replies that the boy must go back to the surface to get there, rather than dive deeper into the ocean. At that moment, a boat appears above them, dragging a large net of fish behind it, wanting to get rid of all the air respirators. The octopus orders the fish to take the boy and the dolphin directly into the net. Snowball bites a tentacle and manages to escape. The boy, on the other hand, is caught by a fisherman and brought to the ground. The old man leaves him to Captain Mervert before leaving, thinking that it was the boy who had the chance to survive last week's shipwreck. While the man takes care of the boy, he is shocked to see the image of the woman on the medallion. When the Dolphin Boy wakes up, he is surprised to see another human being for the first time. He quickly finds a breakfast he prepared for him, and he eats it. Then he tries to escape, but he falls because he can hardly walk, and he wakes up Mervert. The man tries to hold the boy, who still climbs forward, and he reaches the beach, where he sees the dolphins, who have thrown themselves to the ground to escape the octopus. Among them is Snowball, who shows no sign of life. "You promised Nana you would never ever leave me alone. Wake up." Fortunately, Snowball is alive, and he is very happy to see his brother, who is also unharmed. They give each other a hug, and the boy asks where Nana is. Unfortunately, she died before being able to get out of the plane. The brothers are overwhelmed by grief, but they don't even have time to mourn. They have to go back to the sea. Mervert is shocked to see the boy talking to the dolphins again, and he helps him to drag the animal in the water. Just when the boy is about to swim away, the captain shouts, reminding him of the medallion he forgot. He says he knows the boy's mother, and he suggests taking her home. The boy decides to stay with the captain, and he says goodbye to Snowball. The dolphin lets go of his brother, promising him that when he finds a woman, he will also become Snowball's mother. The next morning, the boy wakes up and falls out of bed, thinking he would float in the air. The boy manages to get out of the room, and he hears the captain's wife moaning about her husband, who is still absent. By taking a look through a small opening, the boy sees the young girl of the couple, who affectionately calls the woman his mother. Hearing this, the boy can no longer hold on, and then he sneaks out of the room. He heads to a very busy market, and he begins to shout loudly for his mother, hoping that she will answer him. The boy comes across different women, but they all turn out to be the mothers of other people. Suddenly, the boy hears a call for help coming from one of the tents. Inside, he sees a fish that asks to be saved from the fishmonger. The seller notices a thief, but the boy is already rushing to the market, the aquarium in hand. The merchants begin to pursue the boy, but the boy arrives on the shore and throws the aquarium in the ocean. The surprised merchants do not understand why the thief throws his catch. The fish jumps out of the jar, looking for the freedom he was waiting for so long, to finally find himself back in his jar. At this moment, the captain visits the rich merchant, Majid, on his ship. He reminds him of his promise, and he declares that he has finally found a human amphibian capable of speaking to dolphins. People laugh, but Majid suggests that he proves it. He invites Mervert and his Dolphin Boy to participate in a diving competition with other divers who pick up precious shells. Then the captain's wife introduces herself and starts arguing with her husband, but they are interrupted by unhappy merchants who bring back a thief they have caught. They think it's Mervert's son, and the man doesn't deny it. He brings the boy back home, later explaining this act to his wife. "I'm telling you, sweetheart, it's not a child, it's a treasure. I'll be able to buy a new ship and get back to sea." Since his last ship sank, the man is no longer himself. His wife is not very fond of this idea, but the family really needs money. She takes care of the young boy, washes him and dresses him in ordinary clothes. The boy learns quickly, which encourages Mervert to borrow money from his friends and buy a boat. He ventures into the sea to participate in a diving contest. The captain often takes the boy to the sea so that he can find his dolphin brother. One day, the brothers meet a mysterious submarine diver who is looking for something at the bottom of the sea. The captain explains the competition to the boy and tells him about his dream of buying a new ship on which the man can bring the Dolphin Boy to the island of Mamazara. Years ago, he took his mother to a healer, and he doesn't know if they are still alive. But the boy thinks he's going to meet his mother, and he jumps into the water to ask Snowball to help him win the contest. On the day of the competition, the huge ship of Majid sails in the ocean, where experienced competitors will dive. The crew members of the rich man make fun of the small boat of Mervert, but he and the boy remain confident. While the divers dive in the water, the boy follows the example. There, he meets Snowball and jumps on his back, causing the medallion to slip from the boy's neck. It is at the same time that a mysterious diver appears next to him, catches a medallion, and examines the photo closely. Soon, the first diver, Majid, comes back with his catch, and he says that the boy swam too far, and that he will not be able to come back. But Mervert replies that his dolphin will surprise the others with what he is capable of. He is extremely confident that the boy will win, so he agrees to increase the stakes. While Majid's divers pick up a growing number of shells, the rich man bets all his ship, while Mervert bets the coffee belonging to his wife. The competition comes to an end, and the boy gets on the boat with the treasure he has collected, seeing very few shells. Mervert is disappointed and weeps bitterly, accepting defeat. Majid still makes fun of him, offering the captain a job as a waiter in his new cafe. But then the boy opens the shells, and it turns out that there are precious pearls inside. Mervert jumps with joy. Suddenly, their boat is attacked. The captain manages to shove the pearls into his mouth before being hit by a boomerang. With the boy, they are captured by pirate women who demand to give them the pearls. The boy thinks his mother is hiding among the women under the masks, and he reveals that the captain has swallowed the jewels. The pirate women first want to stifle the prisoner, but then they simply give him fruits so that the pearls come out of themselves. Then the women start dancing and playing the hornbuzz, and the captain decides to join them. During this time, the boy notices a shark on a boat. The fresh air eliminates the ink effects of the octopus, and the shark asks the boy to help him return to the sea. The boy throws the shark overboard, where he sees Snowball, who's been following them since their kidnapping. It turns out that Mervert knows the secret song of pirate women, and that for that, the women decide to tie the suspected captain again. They decide to take him to their leader before heading to the Red Island. Although Mervert is blindfolded, he understands where they are and tells them about his past visit here. Throughout, they were followed by an old fisherman, the one who pulled the boy to the ground. It was he who found the medallion. They enter a large cave in the rock, where they see Mamazara inside. She immediately recognizes a man and begs him to never come to help, even if he made a promise. The old woman still takes care of the poor woman Mervert took 10 years ago. The captain is shocked that the woman who saved him is still alive. But Nade, as the woman calls herself, is neither alive nor dead. She has not regained consciousness, although she continues to shed tears, being able to heal any fish. She sometimes mumbles in her sleep about her son, whom she would have entrusted to a white dolphin. And she also says something about a black potion. Meanwhile, the boy descends and sees Nade, who is half immersed in a lake of her own tears. Long hair falls in cascades around her whole body. It's really her mother, but she can't answer to her son yet. In the evening, near the fire, Zara remembers the fateful day when the plane crashed. Everyone except Nade and her son died. The plane fell on the ship of Mervyd, who had to swim to save his life. He then rescued the woman and brought her to the island. Nade was delirious, and she kept talking about her little boy. The captain left, but as he no longer had his ship, he could not return to the island. Mama Zara doubts that Nade will recover one day, but her body contains an antidote that can eliminate any fish. It's at the same time that the old fisherman introduces himself, declaring that he has been looking for the crashed plane for a long time, because he was carrying a special remedy that can help Nade. The woman was carrying him with her. The fisherman says that only the boy and the dolphin could recover him because he is too deep, and now the boy has a chance to save his mother. He is very dangerous now, and the boy has finally found his mother after all these years. Although the other adults do not like the dangerous plan, the boy is determined to try, and he sneaks out of the cave at night. The old man follows him. During all this time, Mervyd's wife tries to find her husband, but the fishermen think he went to sea in shame after a humiliating loss. Someone suggests to visit his old friend who lives in a lighthouse, and the woman goes there. The old man and the boy swim to the scene of the accident, but Snowball warns him that the octopus has gone completely crazy, and that it will be better to stay away. But he still ends up putting his brother on his back, and he dives deeply into the dark valley. They are stopped by a crab who has been subjected to a brainwashing by the octopus, and who has been named as his chief of guard. He has a legion of crabs under his command, who obey him because of his special shell. The boy therefore catches a shell and throws it, inviting the crabs to fight for the right to hold the highest rank. After trapping the guards, the brothers swim forward and find the old turtle. He's not doing very well, and he explains that the ink released by the octopus has turned all his friends into slaves, and that only those who breathe there are immune. Apparently, that's why the bad guy wanted to chase them all out of the ocean. But if the brothers swallow a lot of ink, they'll get sick too. Every day, the octopus goes out to his henchmen to sing his song and eat defenseless fish. And at that moment, they can sneak up on him. The boy and the dolphin pass in front of the octopus, hiding in black clouds of ink. They reach the plane, and he finds a reddish plankton inside again. The boy realizes that the plankton has obtained its properties thanks to the medicine, and he follows the plankton to find the container he was looking for. He goes back to the surface with the container in his hand, and he gives the medicine to the fisherman. The man is very happy to finally put his hand on it, and he immediately shows his real face, making the boy fall off the boat. The boy calls Snowball to take the fisherman's medicine, and he jumps into the boat again. He throws himself on the fisherman, tearing off his false beard. The imposter decides to tell the truth about the boy's parents. He did experiments with them, tested the drug on fish because he wanted to make them bigger and get money out of it. But the marine creatures also became very aggressive, and one of them killed the boy's father. Then Nade escaped with the remedy, in the hope of saving humanity from the dangerous substance. The man was not going to let her escape, and he crashed the plane. In confirmation of his words, Mervyd's wife finds the villain's location inside the lighthouse. However, Solera is not content to tell the story without purpose. He secretly pours the liquid into the ocean. This is how he attracts the massive octopus that rises to the surface. A tentacle strike breaks the boat, and the boy barely manages to jump on it. The fisherman tries to shoot him with his harpoon, but Snowball saves his brother and runs away in the snow. On the way, the dolphin swallows ink and falls ill. During this time, on the Red Island, everyone realizes what happened. The fishermen damaged the pirate boat before leaving, and they will not be able to catch up with him. She wonders how they can save the boy when he appears on the horizon with Snowball. The Dolphin Boy will soon succumb to the will of the octopus, so he wants to swim far, but his brother stops him. Zara asks him to bring Nade's tears to heal Snowball. The boy tells him what the fisherman explained to him. He is opposed to his mother being in cahoots with the evil man. Mervyd and Zara reassure him by saying that Nahid has done everything to avoid the disaster, and that everything is not lost yet. There's an antidote in his body, which means that it also flows into the blood of his son. Zara gives Nahid's tears to Snowball, the savior of the poisoned ink. The boy intends to continue fighting the octopus. Just like his mother, they can't let the black potion spread all over the ocean. Zara orders that all the tears of Nahid from the cave be poured directly into the bay, and the water becomes pure again. The brothers jump into the ocean and are followed by the captain, who is picked up by his wife on the ship. She is very unhappy to see him with young pirate girls. The boy and Snowball team up with the other dolphins and the turtle to fight the octopus. The enemy and his master are already on their way to cross to Detroit and seize the entire ocean. The Allies attract the octopus slaves in the clear waters of the Red Island to put them on their side. Then the villain loses his army, and the sea gets rid of the poisoned ink. People start diving in the water to help, and even Captain Mervyd jumps after them. The boy orders his saved friends to distract the octopus while his brother and he attack his master. During this time, the enemies remain at the bottom of the sea, producing ink to regain control of marine creatures. The Allies attack, but they can't get through the many tentacles. Do you actually enjoy being like this? Yes, I really do. Snowball's and his brother's plan fails, and they get caught. The situation seems desperate, but it is at this fateful moment that the captain appears, before throwing a spear into the body of the octopus. Surprised, the monster throws his master, and the men throw a net on the octopus. The fisherman manages to give more medicine to the octopus before the brothers kill it. This causes the creature to mutate even more, becoming a horrible monster. It emerges from the water like a huge giant, easily destroying Mervyd's ship. People rush to jump overboard, and the master of the octopus celebrates his victory, but his joy is short-lived. The octopus becomes completely out of control, and she devours the man with the medicine box in her hands. The monster dives underwater, and fuel escapes from the ship, which is hit by lightning, setting it on fire. The fire threatens the people who drown in the water, and the dolphins put them on their backs to save them. The Dolphin Boy notices a swan swimming on the island, and he fears for his mother's fate. The boy's tears make Snowball believe he has a nosebleed, and the boy remembers Zara's words, saying that the remedy also flows into his veins. The brothers find a new plan, and Snowball takes the boy to the whale, who swims nearby. The boy asks Snowball to keep an eye on his friends and his mother, and he jumps into a hole in the back of the whale to be propelled up by a jet of air. He flies directly into the monster's mouth, saving the island from destruction. Soon it starts to rain, which cleans the water of the ocean, and people celebrate the victory. But no one knows where the monster and the boy have gone. Captain Mervyd doesn't want to believe that the boy has gone for good, and he goes to sea in a boat. He plays the drum to tell the boy to get out of the deep waters. At that moment, the boy is at the bottom of the ocean. He survived after all, even if he was briefly injured in the fight. Suddenly, the boy's mother emerges from the shining sea stars. Nahid saves her son, and she gives it to Snowball before disappearing into the abyss. The dolphin takes the boy to Mervyd's boat, where the man manages to bring him back to consciousness. The ocean is completely cleaned up, and the boy dolphin and Snowball begin to live on the Red Island with their friends. The octopus has also survived, but has regained its usual size, and she is now hiding from the inhabitants of the sea, who are angry with him. No one knows what happened to the boy's mother, except for Captain Mervyd, of course, who will not miss an opportunity to talk about his legendary adventure. In animated films, animals are often represented as friendly beings, including dolphins, who are known for their intelligence and kindness. But it is important to remember that in their natural habitat, dolphins can be dangerous. They have been observed helping drowning people, but on certain occasions, they have also moved people away from the shore. For the animal, it's just a game. They perfect their hunting techniques, and they can be very cruel, like when cats play with mice. Octopuses are not likely to take you and pull you down with their tentacles. Their tentacles are mainly used for other purposes, but if they have to defend themselves against a human, it is generally in response to trampling. In such situations, they use poison or ink splashes as a defensive measure.